In only a matter of weeks, MrBeast found himself going from mildly controversial to being on the brink of cancellation, with members of MrBeast's team being exposed as perverts and Jimmy himself being exposed for faking videos and running illegal lotteries. Despite getting hundreds of millions of views per video, MrBeast has never been more viral than right now.
Do you think attention is the most valuable currency in the world?
Well, of course. If you could post something and everyone in the world would watch it, you'd be the most powerful man on earth.
We're not promoting gambling. I think people are going to see this name.
Very smart with your money.
Throws away millions of dollars on YouTube videos is a gambler. Who would have thought?
Illegal lottery for money.
To the point where he's gambling with people's lives.
You don't have to pay anything to enter legitimate sports.
How is this legal? I don't get it. It's a scam.
Hundreds of forged or fake signatures.
So how exactly did the situation get so bad that MrBeast had to start deleting comments and sending out cease and desist orders? Well, the first controversial thing that happened was the Chris Tyson situation. Chris Tyson is a close friend and collaborator of MrBeast, and she was exposed by a YouTuber named Adrox. In the video, Adrox reveals Chris Tyson was a huge fan and supporter of CP artist Shadman.
April 16th, 2019, Ava will post a clip from their live stream where they accidentally visited Shadman's website. What's even weirder is that they gave him a shout out stating, "Shout out to Shadbase for having safe for work drawings today." I accidentally put up his website on stream. On January 25th, 2019, Shadman posted a picture of a character called Raftalia from the Rising of the Shield Hero. Ava replied underneath saying, "Please Shad, please."
Considering how terrible of a reputation Shadman had, Chris Tyson liking and supporting his art was really bad. But it doesn't stop there. Chris even had one of Shadman's drawings on her wall, which is especially suspicious for MrBeast since the two were roommates at the time.
In this MrBeast video, you'll notice a very familiar thing at the 9 minutes and 30-second timestamp. From what I believe, keeping illegal art in the bedroom isn't normal at all. The shocking thing is that MrBeast and Chris were roommates during that time.
But before the public could fully digest that controversy, another one erupted around Chris Tyson. YouTuber Prism42 made a video chronicling Chris Tyson's inappropriate history of messages with a minor. In particular, it was a 14 or 15-year-old boy named Lava. He was one of the earliest MrBeast subscribers and as such gained access to the creator's messaging circle. The problem, however, was that Chris would too often take things a little too far, often joking and discussing about sex-related topics to an underage kid.
Lava says, "I'm your first Patreon big boy." Now keep in mind, so you would have been 22 years old at the time or around that age, and you have this guy who was born in November 12, 2003, he would have been 14. Why is it that not only are you DMing this guy on Twitter, you're Snapchatting this guy, you're talking one-on-one in a voice chat with this guy? He said, "I get weird snap from Chris," and it's a picture of him making a weird face next to an American flag, and it says, "Coming for America." Now, you might think that, oh man, this must be some weird 4th of July joke. Nope, it's not 4th of July. You can clearly see the date right there.
This was a really bad situation. It's worth mentioning that the victim of all this, Lava, has since come out to claim that he wasn't abused and lots of the information released was inaccurate. But the plot thickened when another victim said the same thing, and the Discord chats were leaked, forcing Lava, the first victim, to walk back some of his own denial. Either way, the drama was something Chris Tyson would have to acknowledge, and she did, in the form of a Twitter statement. She said, "I would like to apologize for any of my past behavior or comments if it hurt or offended anyone. It was not my intent. Seeing recent events, we've mutually decided it's best that I permanently step away from all things MrBeast and social media to focus on my family and mental health." She then continued, "I want to add, I never groomed anyone. The person who gets brought up in these accusations, Lava, has vocally supported that they were false. Having said that, I humbly apologize to anyone I have hurt with my unacceptable social media posts, past actions, and to those who may feel betrayed by how I used to act online." Many fans noted how she avoided the entire Shadman CP disaster in her thread of tweets. But given how big the situation had gotten, MrBeast, who, if you remember, was roommates with Chris at the time she had the picture on the wall, also released a statement condemning her in an attempt to distance the company from the whole mess. It read, "Over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. During that time, I have been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions." The biggest takeaway about the MrBeast statement was the mention of a private investigation, which is something the public is going to want to know the results of. But while all this was going on, MrBeast had no idea that he himself was about to be exposed as well. On the 24th of July, a former MrBeast employee named Dawson put out an incredibly scathing hour-long video where he first of all states that MrBeast knew about the Chris Tyson allegations long before they were exposed.
Chris is kind of a potential minors attracted person, and the company protects her, or they were protecting her, and they protected her as long as they could. Jimmy knew, everyone knew, so.
According to Dawson himself, the video aimed to prove three things: that a lot of MrBeast videos are faked and rigged with planted contestants, that MrBeast ran illegal lotteries targeting children, and that he knowingly sold merch with fake autographs. Starting with the first of those three claims, most people would have guessed prior to this that a huge portion of the public already knew in one way or another that at least some of the MrBeast videos are fake, but Dawson makes a point that MrBeast advertises his videos as real and that most of his audiences are children.
If they buy products or act in some way that benefits the brand, they will win big rewards. Subscribe for a Lamborghini, and to make me happy, you could be in one of these videos right now, and you might get picked for the next video. I say that because he's been exposed for faking videos before, and the common response is, why does it matter if the videos are fake? They're just meant to be entertainment. A large part of MrBeast's brand is the fact that he doesn't fake videos.
I remember when I first started seeing your videos, I was like, this be fake.
Oh yeah, it's a huge problem for us now. I actually have to dial back my content sometimes just so people think it's real. But also, if what we had to film was scripted, you know, because what we do is not scripted, so you have to plan for a bunch of variables that you can't control, blah, blah. If what we did was scripted, this stuff would be easy to pump out.
Have you ever faked a video?
No. But this train track is CGI, these bus wheels are CGI, this explosion is fake, this shredder is CGI, this car is digitally lifted, this pit is fake, this guy is fake, this raccoon is a paid actor, this island costs more than $1, this city is not abandoned, these buildings are CGI, but it's not your only way out. You can literally get an Uber to the airport for $20. That's not a lurker, it's just a guy. This whole room is fake, this contestant is an actor and a secret employee at MrBeast. They haven't got through this fake door twice, this line is scripted, this action is scripted. In fact, pretty much all the videos with Mac are scripted.
Dawson also references the Rosanna Pansino situation that happened a while back, which is an incredible example of how MrBeast faking his videos could be harmful or at least unfair. But by far the biggest allegation is the illegal lotteries he claims MrBeast runs.
So this was a 6-hour live stream. They took it down off YouTube, but 5 hours of it are still up on their Facebook page. And during those 5 hours, I counted 46 illegal lotteries.
He makes an example out of a live stream MrBeast did trying to sell his official shirts. He would often promise on stream to give away a prize or money over a certain amount of time, then set the prize to a completely different amount of time just a couple of minutes later. Now, if you want to know why this is terrible and most likely illegal, you should head on over to the Legal channel, as he made a really great video on this topic.
Say something like, buy in the next 5 minutes for a chance to win, and then 7 minutes later go, actually, the newest order in 30 seconds is gonna win.
In 5 minutes, we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna put $1,000 in a random order. Hey, Daryl, don't we owe someone $1,000?
We do.
Yeah, so, all right, so the newest order in 30 seconds, we are gonna put $1,000 in your package, okay?
Oh. Stephen King? And there is no second giveaway 30 seconds later, like Jimmy said. This is just one very shady giveaway. I counted 13 of these extra shady lotteries where they did not give the prize in the original time frame that they said.
Okay, so we're gonna put 2 iPhones in this piñata, and we're gonna give it to someone who orders a shirt in 3 minutes.
Yep.
Oh,
we did one.
Oh wait, hey Daryl, first before we do that, we never picked a piñata.
So these clearly fit the definition of an illegal lottery. These clips are also not out of context. No one ever said no purchase necessary. There's nothing in the description or on the website. Some of the common complaints we see in threads about this live stream are that they only signed large t-shirts. So when they selected an order to give a prize, it was apparently always a large or extra large t-shirt. They kept saying things like buy in the next 15 minutes for a chance to win and then not honoring it. Multiple people claiming that their name was read to win a prize and they never received it. This person is still tweeting about it to this day. There's a lot more people complaining about the deceptive sales tactics. Reading all this really upsets me because I spent money I honestly didn't have for 5 shirts at different times during the live when they said things like buy now and you will get prize or money. And I received 2 orders and nothing but shirt, both with MB and one with a heart and one with a smiley. I was hoping for at least a couple things for Christmas for my family.
And if that wasn't criminal enough, Dawson then goes on to expose how members of the MrBeast crew copy MrBeast's signature in the signing of official merch, basically selling fake signatures.
T signed by MrBeast and crew, but the description says it's signed by a member of the MrBeast crew, and it doesn't say anywhere that other members will sign MB, deceiving people into believing it was signed by MrBeast. So here's a clip of Tyler using MrBeast's signature. So Tyler signs MB, which is MrBeast's signature. Then he covers it, signs his own initials, TC, smirks, looks around, and then quickly slides the shirt away. Could you make it any more obvious? You know, you don't accidentally have someone else's signature as muscle memory. And again, I'm not a lawyer, I think this is fraud. Maybe they could say it's the brand's signature, even though it's clearly implied that this is Jimmy's signature, which was established during the last live stream.
That's obviously his, MrBeast. This is so cool. That's obviously his, MrBeast.
You know, some people bought these shirts as collector's items or even investments, and this puts into question the authenticity of all MrBeast signed merch, which otherwise could have been very valuable one day. This was clearly muscle memory, and judging by his body language, he knew he exposed this. Even Tariq notices Tyler slip up and immediately looks into the camera, looks guilty, and then readjusts his body and rubs his hands together.
On top of all that, he also accuses MrBeast of some smaller allegations, like MrBeast charging $10 to put a picture on the moon, which never happened. Then of course the whole Feastables debacle, where he basically asked his fans, which are mainly children, to stock the shelves with his Feastable chocolate at Walmart for a chance to win $5,000.
Shelf fee cleanup and $5,000 drawing? They thought this was going to be a monthly thing, but it got a lot of controversy, obviously. How can I successfully clean up the shelves? Wow, glad you asked. No bars on the shelf? Go find an employee and ask them to check to see if there is product in the back room and ask them to bring them out so you can put it on the shelf to match the tags. What the f***, dude? Imagine a 7-year-old looking for the Walmart manager so he can ask to stock shelves for a chance to be compensated.
All in all, this is a big hit piece on MrBeast, as the video racked up millions of views in only a couple of days. And this was only part 1 of what was supposed to be a 3-part series. At the rate things were going, it wouldn't be too long before people started demanding a response from MrBeast. A current MrBeast employee named Chucky attempted to respond in defense of MrBeast by debunking some of the claims. Responding to the claims that the contestants are videos are friends and family members of MrBeast employees, he says, "This is a wild statement that can easily be proven wrong. There's probably hundreds or thousands of people who have no affiliation to friends, families of Beast employees. Think of the 456 people in Squid Game, or ages 1 to 100, etc. Jimmy doesn't know more than like a dozen people." However, in his long tweet, Chucky provides no evidence other than word of mouth, and he avoids the really big claims Dawson made in the video. Dawson made a tweet response pointing this out, and Chucky hasn't responded since. On the 1st of August 2024, Dawson revealed that he'd been hit by a second cease and desist letter from MrBeast following his video. In addition to that, apparently some other creators have also been sent cease and desist orders following their coverage of MrBeast and the Chris Tyson situation. In separate tweets, Dawson also talks about how both current and former MrBeast employees have texted him anonymously claiming he got doxxed and that his personal image was about to be attacked. In the meantime, another MrBeast video came out right as a controversy was reaching the boiling point. So one might expect that the comments on this new video would be filled with people criticizing him or at least asking questions, but that wasn't the case. People are now alleging that MrBeast has a team of people censoring the comment section by deleting any and all negative comments.
Video has come out, there have been multiple Twitter threads accusing MrBeast of censoring any negative comments that video receives. Screenshots and videos have popped up showing people's comments being removed almost instantly if they mention anything about Chris Tyson, anything about the videos being fake. Basically, just any reference to anything that's happened over these last few weeks is apparently getting your comment nuked immediately. I'm looking at the top comments right now, and they're nowhere to be seen. Some of these comments had like 20 or 30,000 likes 8 hours ago. They definitely would have had a lot more now, and they're nowhere to be seen. Another thing that I think is really fishy is that this is currently the #1 trending video on YouTube, like basically every new MrBeast upload is, and I'll show you what happens if you filter the comments by newest. It's really hard for me to believe that a video that is getting hundreds of thousands of views a minute is only getting one comment every couple of minutes. And if you scroll through these comments, whether you sort by top comment or whether you sort by new comment, look through all the replies, no matter what you do, you will not find anything that mentions what has been the biggest controversy of the last month straight.
None of this though was enough to stop him from uploading a part 2 of the series. This time he interviews another former MrBeast employee named Jake Weddle, who was fired around 2020 but returned in 2021 to do a failed video about solitary confinement. According to Weddle, the experience was torture. He was stuck in a room for at least 20 days and wasn't even allowed to sleep with the lights off.
It got to a point where like they weren't turning the lights off. You know, I asked them, I said, can we like have like nighttime hours? You know? And they said no, because it would f up the time lapse shots. The time lapse of what? Me sleeping? Or me not sleeping? Yeah, I saw in other videos they did like, oh, you're gonna get XYZ hours of sunlight. Oh, great! Want to know how they figured that one out? Okay, I got no access to sun. I got no access to clock. I don't know, like, the lights are on me all the time. I wasn't sleeping. I could not sleep, and I have insomnia problems now.
Jake goes on to describe in detail his terrible experience throughout the entire shoot. It got really bad when MrBeast asked him, after days of torture, to run a marathon on the treadmill. He apparently couldn't say no, and by the time he was done, he had blisters on his feet. This would be the tipping point in Jake quitting the challenge.
Challenge. And I go, what's the challenge today? He goes, you're gonna run a marathon. You're gonna do the 22.6K, whatever it is. And you're gonna do it on that treadmill over there.
Did you try to say no? Like, did you have a choice, or?
Based on the Rubik's Cube thing and based on all the other stuff, like there was so much pressure to just do it, just do the thing, you know? And if I refuse, it's just, well, that's the whole video. I guess the budget's, so much money up in flames because Jake said he wouldn't want to do the thing. And so I wanted to be a good sport, and I wanted to get the boost, and I wanted the cash, and so I started running at 12. I asked him, how long do I have? He goes, until I get back. Oh, the blisters I had on my feet were like, you wouldn't believe, just all over, just these big red. I couldn't walk. My muscles were like just the lactic acid. Then that's when I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm out. I'm out.
The last bombshell that dropped in the video was the revelation that a former manager at the company was a registered sex offender. This man apparently worked closely with MrBeast himself and even appeared in 1 or 2 of his videos.
Well, there was a known sex offender, registered sex offender, convicted sex offender on the registry and everything who worked there. But that guy, from what I hear, I can't confirm or deny, from what I hear, he's on the registry for doing some not great stuff to some underage people. And they knew that. And he's working at a channel that has underage people on and around and is targeted to underage people. And they covered up the fact that not only did he work there, but he was like the manager when it all started. You know that he knew, and because he'll be in videos, he'll be in thumbnails, he'll be around, and whenever he is, he's wearing a mask. Why would you wear a mask? Why would you conceal your face? It's like, what are you concealing? That you are a registered sex offender? And that your face could be looked up on a thing? how much more can you literally cover up a sex offender?
It's fair to say at this point that the situation just keeps getting worse and worse with each passing day. While many of MrBeast's audience are young and impressionable kids who will probably never hear a word of all of this and will continue to watch his channel, the damage to the public image of the MrBeast brand will never remain the same, especially as Dawson and his part 3 video will be revealing even more terrible accusations. And at this point, things are looking far from over.
So I will just tell you, James, what will be in part 3, so you don't have to harass my people. It will be about serious allegations of sexual misconduct in the company and your direct involvement in covering up those crimes.